It's going back to the JackPot. So after 4 years, we've been doing these runs of prototypes, putting the JackPot into, well, you know what we've done. They get back and they go, we're not going to give you an order, and we're not going to pay for tooling, but if you make it, we'll buy it. That's like 3 different companies, but they couldn't even give an upfront purchase order. But IPS went so far to say, well, if you make it, we'll put it into our smaller retailers. But all of the OEMs and wholesalers liked the part. Nobody was going to spend $150,000 to tool it, but they just saw it as retail, period. And we don't do a lot with the retail, but the biggest run we had was with Danco and Suchief. Both do some retail. Anyway, part of it was it's just maybe too expensive, and it got a little too much, and especially when we put the top seal on it and all that stuff. But the last run you did, you sealed, the part came back and it was fixed to the closet flange with glue, and I couldn't pull it off. So it must, I looked up what type of glue was used in China, and it's strong. I mean, I saw the PSI and all that stuff, but the point I'm trying to make is I want to get this back to Chris, and he's not going to make the closet flange. There's not going to be a spring. Like, this is Danco's Perfect Seal. You know, it's actually probably the best-selling thing out there. The problem is, if you put this on top of a closet flange and that flange is on the floor, you only have a ½ an inch, so none of that's going to fit. So they lose half their application, so it gets returned all the time. It just won't fit. So we need to, of course, they couldn't corrugate or they would violate our patent or whatever. They couldn't get around it. But we can make ours strong and just leave the spring out of it. So my point is that if we eliminate the spring and forget about the closet flange, a long time ago, I don't know if you did it or Jeff Argentine, but we did a tear out seal, right? I know you did the tool for it, but you may have done the whole thing. The only other engineer I ever used was Jeff Argentine from Medtronic. But, you know, the seal goes in there, and that's your tool, and you pull it out. If we can incorporate that seal into the no-hub flange, that's a product like this. That's a product that Missions, they're already doing it. So it's just, it's 4 inch, 3 inch. Well, I got the wrong one in there. But anyway, you get the picture. It looks just like that. And then we use our, just for now, we can just print a debris cap that, you know, locks the thing in place. And there's a variety of ways to print different caps that they push the thing down, put it in place. But I want to talk to Chris about, forget the spring, forget the top seal plastic, forget the caps. It's just, Chris makes rubber couplings, no hub couplings, just like this. That's his business. That's his biggest seller, 3 inch and 4 inch and 2 inch no hub couplings. So if we can, I'll talk to Chris and just move that technology, which he has 9 of my tear out patents. And he only has 1 with maybe 2 years left on it. The rest have expired. So he will like the reboot on a project or a patent that all the plumbers know him for, which is, if you look on his website, they're called Easy Test couplings. I don't know how popular they are because me and you never got a royalty for the coupling or the tool, because each time I took the money from the coupling and put it toward another patent because I didn't have the money to pay off that patent. Then I took the money from the tooling where me and you would have got royalties, and I put that toward the nipple plate patent because I didn't have the money to pay off that patent. So it's not nothing to do with you, but my point is, every time I got strapped, I justified doing what I did, knowing you and I would do better on the next one. But if I had just left well enough alone, we would have got royalties for the no-hub coupling, for the tear out, and for the tool. But I just saw a brighter future with one of the ones we're doing right now. But my point is that if I can get Chris just to make the rubber part and incorporate his technology, not the one with the tool, because we're looking at it, but the first one we did with Carol Malone and Roger Bell and a Akusnet had a spiral right there, and we just punctured it and pulled it. And it was great. It just left a little 1/4 inch thing right there, but now it won't matter because the toilet horn goes right past it. But if we go right back to that, incorporate it into this seal, use the debris cap to hold it down. I want to talk to Chris about bringing his, it's just 3-inch and 4-inch on no hub. So I've already talked to LSP, and they do Tony Frank's Frank pattern. So they're the most popular 3 and 4-inch cast iron drain out there. It's Frank pattern. They're owned by Dan Cohen LSP. So I'm going to have a lot of leverage with this pop-up assembly going in, where I can actually say we can work together on everything or not. But I want to talk to Chris about using his now expired tear-out coupling technology and putting it into our spring seal. I'll just assign him the patent. There's 15 or 16 years left on it. But Chris is good for it. So he'll pay for all the development. We'll make a run, and you just, we'll do the tear out, put it in there, put the debris cap on. It's just 3 and 4-inch. And then you can see, well, you already know how it works. In fact, I think you already designed one. So it's going to be one rubber part. I mean, for 3-inch and 4-inch, and then the debris cap with his tear out. And I don't know if he'll go for it or not, but the cast iron closet flange is a funny bird. It just, Sioux Chief makes it, and they don't make cast iron pipe. People that make cast iron pipe, they don't make cast iron flange. So you find it in the oddest places because it just doesn't match anybody's product line, but somebody's got to do it. Mission, all they do is make couplings that fit cast iron, rubber parts that match cast iron. So not only could he do it with just like the 3 and 4-inch toilet flange, but he could also put his 2-inch one inside a shower drain. So that's, you know, the shower drain, it's, you never put a shower drain on, but 2-inch pipe goes in there and it's compressed just like the closet flange. That's a compression fitting, that's compression. But now we've got, we get to start Chris all over again using his tear out technology, but not using the tool. So he might go for it, he might not, but it won't cost him that much money to make the runs. And let me send it out to Sioux Chief and LSP and Frank Pattern and Joan Stevens. And I don't want to take all of their flanges and make one for each one. Just like say, take the 3-inch, take this 4-inch, and run those parts with the tear out technology that Chris, you know, got from me and you, and send it out and see what they think. And then the other thing is it grows that product. So now you can take the seal, put Chris's tear out right in there. So now we can go into a plastic closet flange, and we can use, I think it's Pocolade or something like that, but it's the incredible super glue that glues ABS or PVC to EPDM rubber. And then they can just peel off the strip and stick it in each flange. So Chris you know, he may balk, but if he's only making rubber parts, forget the spring, forget the flange, maybe he will bite on the cast iron, but that fits his product line. And so does the shower drain. If there's no plastic and he's just doing commercial, this is all commercial. And then I'm going to ask him to allow me to place this rubber part in there with a tear out and a peel off, and it fits the 6 different slants that come in here. Like that taper, there's about a half a dozen different ones, and then he has a line item in his catalog that says this fits IPS line item 6011, you know, which is a 4x3 such and such. This one fits Sioux Chief line item, blah blah blah. So Chris, you know, it's in his catalog. It's not necessarily for the plumber unless the plumber wants it, but it's more for the OEMs that he already deals with. He does business with Sioux Chief. He does business with Jones Stevens and IPS. So the companies that have been interested in the JackPot technology the whole time are now going to see a product they haven't seen before. It's just a solid rubber part with the technology Chris has had in his business the whole time, which is that tear out. And then we eliminate the spring, forget out the plastic, and incorporate it into the 3 and 4 inch closet flange, where we're only making rubber parts and the debris cap. Just keep people from pissing in the hole, which is what they do. Anyway, I'm going to run that by him, but I don't want to run that by him until I get him to accept the agreement with the pop-up, which I know he'll do. So, if you looked at the first one, tell me what you want to do, because I know Chris will do the first one, but if you do the first one, then I may run this by him for the second one. Anyway, I'm wide open as to what you're thinking, but I will tell him tonight. I'll get back to him by Wednesday, because I've been promising him I'll show him videos by Monday, but I just started thinking it wouldn't be a good idea to do anything without talking to you first about everything. So now you know where I'm headed with this stuff, but really it's the pop-up and this, and the pop-up first, this stuff second. But Chris has never wanted the plastic closet flange in his business, so now it's not that. It's just a rubber connector. That's what he does. That's his business. That's what he makes, is couplings that connect cast iron to cast iron. And that's what this does, except it's a toilet horn or a shower drain. Anyway, that's it. Hope you watch both the videos, and just get back to me before Wednesday morning, because I gotta do much better videos and PowerPoint presentations and lay it out for him. So, okay,